3, 2, 1.
Good morning. I'm going to teach class 9th factorization today. We have already discussed two kinds of factorization with class 9th in my earlier lecture, in which we had discussed the taking out the common, making pairs, and difference of the squares. I told you in the beginning of the factorization that the first thing we are going to look whenever we are asked to factorize is to look into the question and see if there is something common in the terms which are given to us. If we can't find anything common in the terms which are given to us, we should take up the next step, which is see, is it difference of squares? For difference of squares, it will be only two terms and there will be negative in between, and they have to be perfect square. If we are not able to see even perfect square, we are not able to take out factorization common, then the next kind of factorization is trinomials. They are of the kind ax square plus bx plus c, which will have an x square term, which will have an x term, and which will have a constant or absolute term. Ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c are real numbers. This is called trinomial. Three terms are there. It is one term is x square, one term is x, one is constant. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is absolute. Now what do we do? What is the method of factorizing this? It is simple. It is very, very simple. You have used it in your quadratic equations also. What we do is that the middle term we are going to split. A split means break up into two parts. We will break up the middle term b in such a way that the algebraic sum should remain the same as b. When I'm talking of algebraic sum, I'm talking plus and minus, plus plus, minus minus, plus minus. That means the sum with their signs should be the same as b, and their product, the product of those two split terms should be the same as the product of first and last term. That is AC. So sum will be, I will say algebraic sum, algebraic sum should be b. And again, I would say it again, that algebraic sum means the sum with the signs, sum with the signs, and product has to be AC. Product has to be AC. Product has to be AC. Another thing which I want to explain to you is that suppose the product of A and C is coming greater than 0. If AC is greater than 0 means it is positive. Greater than 0 means positive. If the product of A and C, multiplication of A and C is greater than 0, that means it is positive. That means A and B both will have to be of the same sign. That means either it will be plus plus, that means A has to be plus, C has to be plus, or both have to be minus minus. They have to be of the same signs. They have to be of the same sign. Suppose AC is less than 0. When I say AC is less than 0, means it is negative. It is negative. If AC is negative, then one of the two will be plus and the other will be this, minus plus. Both A and C will be of the opposite sign. If A is plus, C will be minus. If C is minus, A will be plus. That you have to understand and keep in mind because it is very important. Now let us see question number 1. And also all all expressions of the form ax square plus bx plus c cannot be factorized also. They cannot be factorized also. The simple method is to find out the value of b square minus 4ac. Find out the value of b square minus 4ac. And if b square minus 4ac comes out to be a perfect square, it comes out to be a perfect square. What a perfect square? 4 is a perfect square, 9 is a perfect square, 16 is a perfect square, 25 is a perfect square, 36 is a perfect square, and so on. If they come out to be the perfect square, then factorization is possible. Otherwise, factorization by this method may not be possible. Then we apply certain other things. But for your simplicity, you must understand that b square minus 4ac, if it comes out to be equal to a perfect square, then factorization is possible. And when I'm saying b square minus 4ac, b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, and c is the constant term. Now let us take question number 1, which is x square plus 5x plus 6. In this, everywhere plus sign is there, so there is very little problem in this. It is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, but the thing is that it has got plus sign everywhere. If it has got plus sign, then there is no problem, because whatever terms you will split will have plus sign, and everywhere positive signs will come. Now I have to split 5. We told you we have to split b. b is what? 5. And ac is what? ac is 6. And here what is a? 1. 6 into 1 is 6. So I have to split 5. I have to split 5 so that the product is 6. So that the product is 6. Now there is only one way of, what is the way? 2 and 3. 2 and 3 will give you 5. And 2 and 3 multiplied will give you 6. So what am I going to do? X square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. By writing 2x plus 3x, I have not changed anything because it was 5x. So 5x I have split into two terms, 2x and 3x. 2x plus 3x is 5x. But if I multiply 2x and 3x, 2 and 3, I get the product as 6. Sorry. Now, for the beginners, let us make pairs like x square plus 2x is one pair, plus 3x plus 6 is another pair. Out of x square plus 2x, I can take out x common. It will be left x plus 2. Out of 3x and 6, I can take out 3 common, so x plus 2. So it will become x plus 2 and x plus 3. I have got two factors of this, x plus 2 and x plus 3. If you multiply x plus 2 and x plus 3, you will get x square plus 5x plus 6. Or if you divide x square plus 5x plus 6 by x plus 2, you will get the quotient as x plus 3. Or if you divide this x square plus 5x plus 6 by x plus 3, you will get the quotient as x plus 2, and remainder will be 0. So this is your answer. X square plus 5x plus 6, when the signs were plus, what did we have to do? B is 5 and AC is 1 into 6. So I had to split 5. I had to split 5 so that I get the product of those two terms as 6. So 2 into 3, 2 and 3 is the only way. 2 plus, we could have done 6 and 1 also. 6x, 6 minus 1 would have given us 5. 6 minus 1 would have given us 5. But the question is product of 6 into minus 1 will be minus 6, not plus 6. That is why we split as 2 and 3. We split the term as 2 and 3. And as it is, I told you in the beginning here, all plus signs are there. So signs will come everywhere plus. There is no question of negative sign coming. Now let us see question number 2. In question number 2 I have x square minus 8x plus 7. Now again b is minus 8 and c is 7. AC is 7. AC is 7. AC is 7. The product of first and last term, AC is 7, it is plus, it is greater than 0. So when I will split the middle term, both the terms either have to be plus or both the terms have to be either negative. But because it is minus 8, so both the terms will be negative. And how to split it? Please tell me that. Both the terms, it is negative. So how am I going to split it? 7 ones are 7. 8 can be broken up as 7 and 1. Minus 7 minus 1. I'll write it as x square minus 7x minus x plus 7. Because minus 7x minus x will give you minus 8x. Minus 7x minus x will give you minus 8x. And when you multiply minus 7 into minus 1, I have not written 1 because 1 is no problem writing, whether you write 1 or does not. Don't write 1, it does not matter. Minus 7 into minus 1 will be plus 7. Now again we are going to make pairs, x square minus 7x, and out of this I take out minus common, so x minus 7. Out of these two, I'll take out x common, x minus 7, and minus already 1. It is 1 actually, you've taken 1 common here, x minus 7. Now you can see x minus 7, and into x minus 1. So this is your answer for this question. The factors are x minus 7 and x minus 1. When I am saying factors, you divide the original expression by x minus 7, your quotient will come x minus 1, remainder will come 0. Divided by x minus 1, your quotient will come x minus 7, remainder will come 0. That means these are the factors. These are the two factors of this expression. As I told you, the b, you have to split the b. b is the coefficient of x, which is minus 8. And what is AC? AC is 7. We told you if AC is greater than 0, if AC is positive, then both the split terms should be either plus plus or minus minus. They have to be of the same sign. So here we found that because the middle term was negative, so it will be minus 7 minus 1. Minus 7 minus 1. Minus 7x minus x will give you minus 8x, and minus 7x and minus 7 and minus 1 when multiplied a and c will give you plus 7. So we made the pairs x square minus 7x. In this I took minus 1 common, x minus 7, and out of x square minus 7x I took x common, x minus 7 minus 1, x minus 7, and x minus 7 is common in both the brackets, so x minus 1. Let's do the third question. Third question is y square plus 7y minus 18. Now b is 7 and c is AC is 1 into minus 18 minus 18. Now here AC is minus 18. AC is less than 0. So when we will split the middle term, when we will split b, one of the terms have to be plus and the other term has to be negative. Now here it is 18 and it is 7. Like 9 and 2. 9 2s are 18. The difference of 9 and 2 is 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 2 is 7, and when you multiply 9 into minus 2, you will get minus 18. I told you if AC is less than 0, then one of the split term will be, both the terms will be of the different sign, not of the same sign. One will be plus, the other would be negative. So what will I do? Y square plus 9y minus 2y minus 18. We had said that it should be, the algebraic sum should be, algebraic sum is 9y minus 2y is 7y. I did not write minus 9y plus 7y. Why? Minus 9y plus 7y will give me minus 2y, and I don't want, 9y minus 9y plus 2y is minus 7y. I did not write because I want to get the plus term here. So when you have to keep it in mind, what do you want to get, plus or minus? If you want to get plus, then the bigger term should be first, like 9y, and if you want minus, if it was minus, then it could have been changed. Now out of the, make the pairs, y squared plus 9y is one pair, and minus, again one minus, I can take out, what minus can I take out common? Minus 2. I can take minus 2 common here, so it will become y plus 9. Out of this, y is common, y plus 9. Out of this, minus 2 was common, y plus 9. So it will be y minus 2 into y plus 9. These are the two factors. These are the two factors. It is very simple. You have to only split the middle term like I have explained it to you. Now let us go to question number 4. Two x squared minus 7x plus 6. Now again b is minus 7. B is minus 7 and AC is 12. AC is greater than 0. AC is greater than 0. We told you when AC is greater than 0, that means when I'll split B, both the factors should be either of the same sign. They should be of the same sign. Either they should be both plus or both should be negative. That's how the product will be plus. So I have now AC is, B is minus 7 and it is 12. So what I can do is minus 4 minus 3. The split of the 7 will be minus 4 minus 3, because minus 4 minus 3 will give you minus 7, and when you will multiply minus 4 and minus 3, you will get plus 12. So how are we going to write this? 2x squared minus 4x minus 3x plus 6. Minus 4x minus 3x will give you minus 7x, and when I'll multiply minus 4 and minus 3, I'll get plus 12, which is AC. Now pair them off. 2x squared minus 4x, and let us take minus here, so 3x minus 6. Out of 2x and 4x, 2x is common, which is x minus 2. Out of this 3 is common, x minus 2. So x minus 2 and 2x minus 3. So this is the answer. What are we doing? We are again splitting the middle term. Middle term is b. We told you, you have to split the middle term. You have to split the middle term, minus 7, so that the product of those two split term should be the same as the product of first and last term. AC is 12, B is minus 7. So how did I split minus 7? Minus 4, minus 3, and it is done here. Now question number 5. Question number 5 is 1 minus 18y minus 63 y square. Just now every time I'm writing b and ac, actually once you get used to it you don't need to write, but even if you write it there is no problem. Now if what is b here? Minus 18. B is the coefficient of x. Here it is instead of x. The variable is y, so I have taken y. B is minus 18 and AC is how much? 1 into minus 63, that is minus 63. Now the product is less than 0, minus 63. If the product is less than 0, like I had shown, AC is less than 0, negative, then when I'll split the terms, the two terms have to be of the opposite sign. If one is plus, the another will be negative. If one is negative, the other will be plus. And what do I have to split? 18, minus 18. So 18 has to be split so that I get 63. How do I do that? How do I do that so that I get 63? Minus 21, 3. 21 and 3 on product will give you 63. And minus 21 plus 3 will give you minus 18. We told you that it is less than 0. So one term will be plus, one term will be minus. That means both the split term will be of the opposite sign. And because here it is minus 18, so the bigger term should take that sign. 1 minus 21y plus 3y minus 63y squared. Minus 18y, minus 21y plus 3y will give you minus 18y. And when I will multiply minus 21 into plus 3, I will get minus 63. Let us make the pairs. 1 is common, 1 minus 21y. You can take plus 3 common, 3y common, and 1 minus 21y. Now 1 minus 21y, 1 minus 21y, 1 minus 21y, and 1 plus 3y. So we have got the two factors, 1 minus 21y, 1 plus 3y. Time and again we are doing the same thing, and I said I am writing this in the beginning to make it clear to you, but it is finally you don't need to write it. It is not compulsory to write it, but if you think that it helps you, then you should always write it and remember it. Now let us do question number 6. Question number 6 is 5 minus 4x minus 12x squared. What is b? I am going to write in the beginning. What b is minus 4 and ac is 5 into 12 minus 60. 12 5s are 60. Minus 4 and 12 5s are 60 and minus 60. Again AC is less than 0. Again AC is less than 0. That means what terms I will split? The middle term. That is minus 4 when I have to split, one term will be, both the terms will be of the opposite sign in one way of saying that, or one term will be minus, the other will be plus, or the vice versa. I have to split 4 to get 60. 10 6 are 60. 10 6 are 60. I have to get minus 4. So minus 10 and 6. Minus 10 and 6. Minus 10 plus 6 will be minus 4. And when I multiply minus 10 and 6, I'll get minus 60. So it is 5 minus 10x plus 6x minus 12x squared. Now 1 is common, 5, or make it like pairs here, plus 6x minus 12x squared Out of the first pair, 5 is common. 5 to the 5 and the 5 to the 10x plus 6x is common, 1 minus 2x. 1 minus 2x, 1 minus 2x. If your question is correct, if you're solving it correctly, then these two brackets should be always same. These two brackets should be always same. That is 1 minus 2x into 5 plus 6x. That is your answer. Again, you can do the same thing. If you divide by this expression by this, you'll get quotient and remainder 0. If you divide it by 5 plus 6x, you'll get the quotient as 1 minus 2x and the remainder 0. That means these are the factors. These are the factors of this. Now let us see question number 7. 4 minus x whole square minus 2x. Now, on the face of it, it doesn't look to be a trinomial. Does it look to be a difference of squares? No. It is a square, but I can't take it as a square. This is not a perfect square. Then what do? Is there something common which I can take in these two terms? No. So the best way, whenever you can't see any way out of an expression, is to simplify that expression. Maybe after simplifying, we may be able to distinguish that what kind of factorization are we going to get, or we may be able to solve it and understand that what is there. So let us open this bracket. 4 minus x whole square means a minus b whole square. A square 16 minus double the product of first and second term 8x plus x square minus 2x. This is the expansion of 4 minus x whole square, which is 16 minus 8x plus x square and minus 2x. So what do I get? I get x square minus 10x plus 16. Now it is clearly a trinomial. From here it was not appearing to be a trinomial, but by opening up the bracket, you are able to see through the game. Obviously, sometimes teachers like you to be confused. So that's why he has given a question like that, and the best way is to simplify it. And once you've simplified, you'll be able to see what you want to do. Now it is again a trinomial, and here I would say what is b minus 10 and AC is 16 into 1, 16. So now here the product is plus 16. If product is plus, that means the split term both will be either positive or both will be either negative. But because here b is negative, then the chances or the correct way will be that both terms will be negative. 8 2s are 16. 8 2s are 16. Minus 8 minus 2. Minus 8 minus 2 will give you minus 10, and when you multiply minus 8 into minus 2, you will get plus 16. So it will be x square minus 8x minus 2x plus 16. X square minus 8x minus 2x. I have split minus 10x as minus 8x minus 2x. When I get minus 8x minus 2x makes minus 10x, and when I multiply minus 8 into minus 2, I get plus 16, which is AC. Now pairs x square minus 8x, and if I take minus common, 2x minus 16. Now what is common here? X is common here. X minus 8 minus 2 is common here. So what will be left? X minus 8. So you get x minus 8, x minus 2. So these are the two factors. The method is the same. I told you, whenever you are not able to see through the question, the best way is to simplify. Once you simplify, then you will be able to look clearly that what you need to do. Now let us see question number 8. $60 x square minus 70 x minus 30. In factorization, the first thing we had told you was that look what is common. The first thing, look what is common. In this I can see clearly that 60 is there, 70 is there, 30 is there, they are multiples of 10. So I can take out 10 common. I can take 10 common, it will become 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Instead of multiplying such a big number, when I have taken out 10 common, that will be part of this. So 10 is common, now it becomes simple. This becomes a simple trinomial in which b is minus 7 and AC is minus 42. 18. 6 3s are 18. 6 into minus 3, 18. Now AC is minus 18, which is less than 0. So both the terms, the split term will have opposite sign. And because it is minus, so the greater term will have negative sign, the smaller term will have positive sign. 9 2s are 18. Minus 9 and 2. Minus 9 plus 2 will give you minus 7, and minus 9 into 2 will give you minus 18 on multiplication. So what am I going to write here now? 10 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Minus 9x plus 2x is minus 7x. That's what we told you. You had to split b. b was minus 7, so I split minus 7 as minus 9 and 2. And why split in this form only? Because the product of this should be the same as AC, which is minus 18. Now let us make pairs. 6x square minus 9x is one pair, plus 1 2x minus 3, because there is nothing common in 2x minus 3, so 1 is common. Then out of this, what is common? 3x is common. It will be 2x minus 3 plus 1 into 2x minus 3. It will be 10 into 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 1. So your final answer will be 10, 2x minus 3, 3x plus 1. 10 is also a factor of this. 10 is also a factor of this. If I divide it by 10, I'll get this as an expression. This has quotient and this will be remainder. And if I divide 2x minus 3, I'll get no remainder. I'll get this as quotient. So this is the way to do it. If there is, we told you, whenever you are factorizing, the first thing what you look into the factors is, that is there possibility of taking out anything common? Yes, there is possibility of taking out common. We have taken 10 common here. Once we have taken 10 common, we are left with 6x square minus 7x minus 3. So here now b is minus 7 and a is 6 and c is minus 3. So AC is minus 18. Which I told you, if AC is negative, then both the terms, split terms, should be of the opposite sign. So when we are going to split minus 7, we have to keep in mind that one term will be negative, one term will be positive. And whatever is the sign here with b, that is negative, so negative should be always with the bigger term. Now let us see question number 9. Question number 9 is x square minus 6xy minus 7y square. B is minus 6, AC is minus 7. You see, it is x square, y square, and the middle term is xy. So the variable are x and y. So here minus 6 is my B, and AC is, A is 1 and C is minus 7. Again, AC is less than 0, so we will have to split the term 1, and both the terms will be of the different opposite sign. One will be plus, the other will be negative. Now I want to do it minus 6. So I can write minus 7 and 1. Why did I pick up minus 7 and 1? Because minus 7 plus 1 will give me minus 6, and when I multiply minus 7 and 1, I'll get minus 7. So it will be x squared minus 7xy plus xy minus 7y squared. Make the pairs. X squared minus 7xy plus xy minus 7y squared. Out of these first pair, I can take out x common. So x minus 7y. Out of these two, I can take y common, x minus 7y. So x minus 7y into x plus y is your factorization. This is your answer. Everywhere we are doing the same thing. You do 20 questions based on this and you will be absolutely perfect in that. Let me do question number 10 now. 5x squared plus 17xy minus 12y squared. Again, b is 17. b is 17. The coefficient of xy is 17 and AC is 5 into minus 12, 60. Minus 60. AC is minus 60. Again, it is less than 0. So, the split term have to be of the opposite side. And I have to split 17. I have to split 17. 23 is a 60 and 20 minus 3. I have taken the bigger one as plus and the smaller one as negative because it is plus. So 20 minus 3 will give me plus, and when I multiply 20 into minus 3, I'll get minus 60. So how am I going to write this? 5x squared plus 20xy minus 3xy minus 12y squared. 20xy minus 3xy will be 17xy. And if I multiply 20 into minus 3, I'll get the same as the product of first and last term. Let us make pairs. 5x squared plus 20xy, and here I'll make pairs 3xy plus 12y squared. I've taken minus out common. Out of these two, 5x is common. It will be left x plus 4y. Here I can take out 3y common and x plus 4y. You can see clearly that x plus 4y, x plus 4y. So x plus 4y and 5x minus 3y is the answer. So we are following the same procedure. There is no change in the procedure. There is no change in the procedure. We are splitting the middle term and we are following whether AC is positive or AC is negative to help you out in understanding that of what are we going to get. Question number 11. A into 2A minus B squared. Again, when you look at the question, again there's a little confusion that neither it is difference of squares nor I can take out anything common out of this. What can I do? What can I do? So I am going to simplify. As I told you, you must simplify. A into 2A is 2A squared minus AB minus B squared. A into 2A is 2A squared. A into B is minus AB minus B squared. Now again it is of the form of trinomial. Now here the middle term, that is, don't confuse this B with A with those things. B is here minus 1 and AC will be how much? 2 into or minus and minus 2. So that means I have to break up minus 2 and 1. Minus 2 plus 1 will give you minus 1, and when I will multiply minus 2 into minus 2 into plus 1, I'll get minus 2. How will I write it? 2a square minus 2ab plus ab. That is how I split minus 2 plus 1, so that you get minus b square. Make pairs 2a square minus 2ab plus ab minus b square. Out of the first pair, I have 2a common, that is a minus b, and out of this I have b common, a minus b. So I have a minus b and 2a plus b as two factors. We are following exactly the same process. Let's do question number 12 now. 2x minus y whole square minus 11 2x minus y plus 28. I can simplify it by putting 2x minus y, put 2x minus y as a. It is a here, 2x minus y here also, 2x minus y. I can open it also and make it more complicated, but I will simplify it. A square minus 11a plus 28. Now it is simple quadratic equation where, trinomial, where b is minus 11 and AC is 28. A is 1 and C is 28. So the product is positive, greater than 0, then both the terms, split term, will be of the same sign. Either both will be positive or both will be negative. And I have to split minus 11. So I will do minus 7 minus 4. Why? 7 4s are 28. 7 4s are 28, and minus 7 and minus 4 will give us minus 11. So it will be a square minus 7a minus 4a plus 28. A square minus 7a minus 4a minus 28. We'll take out the common here. Out of a square and 7a, what are we going to take out common? A minus 7 minus 4, a minus 7. So a minus 7, a minus 4. In place of a, we'll replace it by 2x minus y. 2x minus y minus 7 and 2x minus y minus 4 will be the two factors. Okay, let's do question number 13. On the left side of the board I have written all the questions 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and I'll solve this so that around about 18 questions from the exercise of trinomials are solved for you. There are hardly 30, 40 questions in that. I have solved almost 50% of your questions. And now 4a minus 1 whole square minus 4a minus 1 minus 3. I'll say put a minus 1 as suppose x. So you will get 4x square minus 4x minus 3. Now it is very simple quadratic function or trinomial. In this trinomial, the term, the b, value of b is minus 4, AC is minus 12. AC is minus 12. AC is less than 0. That means the term 4, when minus 4 will be split, one term will be minus, one will be plus. Let me take minus 6 and 2. Why minus 6 and 2? Minus 6 plus 2 will be minus 4, which is the middle term. And when I'll multiply minus 6 into 2, I'll get minus 12. So it will be written as 4x square minus 6x plus 2x minus 3. I have split minus 4x as minus 6x plus 2x. We'll make the pairs 4x square minus 6x plus 1, 2x minus 3. Here it is 2x will be common. So 2x minus 3 plus 1 into 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3 and 2x plus 1. But I cannot leave the answer in the x because the question was in terms of a, and I had substituted a minus 1 as x. So where x is there, I'll write a minus 1. 2a minus 1 minus 3, 2a minus 1 plus 1, which will be 2a minus 2 minus 3, 2a minus 2 plus 1. And this will give you 2a minus 5 and 2a minus 1. So these are your final factorization. What we are going to do, we are first simplifying because I realized a minus 1 whole square and a minus 1 is here. So instead of a minus 1, I put it equal to x. I could have opened this bracket also and simplified, and I would have got something finally in terms of a. But what I did was, for simplification, I put a minus 1 as x, and I got 4x square minus 4x minus 3. Very simple trinomial. The middle term is minus 4x, so b is minus 4, AC is 4 into minus 3 minus 12. I told you when AC is negative less than 0, then both the split terms will be of the opposite sign. So minus 6 and 2 were the broken parts, split part, minus 6x plus 2x minus 3. We made the pairs. Out of this pair I took out 2x common, out of this pair 1 is common, 2x minus 3 into 2x plus 1, and we replaced x with a minus 1. We got the answer in terms of this. Now let us see into question number 14. One minus 2a minus 2b minus 3 into a plus b whole square. Again, the question looks little tedious, but it is very simple. 1 minus, I will take 2 common here, it will become a plus b, minus 3 into a plus b whole square. Now put a plus b as x. Put a plus b is equal to x. It will become 1 minus 2x minus 3x square. 1 minus 2x minus 3x square. And this is again a quadratic equation. It's a trinomial. The middle term b is minus 2 and AC is minus 3. So I have to split minus 2 to get, so I'll get minus 3 and 1. Minus 3 and 1 will give me minus 2. When I multiply minus 3 into 1, I'll get minus 3. So 1 minus 3x plus x minus 3x square. In the first pair I have 1 common, 1 minus 3x plus x is common. So what I can get? 1 minus 3x. So I get 1 minus 3x and 1 plus x. Let us replace x by a plus b. So it will be 1 minus 3a minus 3b and 1 plus a plus b. This is your answer. Now it is in terms of a and b. So that is why x had to be replaced by a and b. Let's see question number 15. Question number 15 is a to the power 4 minus 11a square plus 10. Now the middle term here is b is minus 11 and ac is 10. It is positive. 10 is positive. AC is greater than 0. So both the terms have to be either positive or both the terms have to be negative. I will split minus 11 as minus 10 minus 1. I will split as minus 10 minus 1. It will become a to the power 4 minus 10a square minus a square plus 10. First pair is a4 minus 10a square and minus 1 is common, a square minus 10. So out of this a square is common, so a square minus 10 minus 1 a square minus 10. So a square minus 1 and a square minus 10. We told you that we keep factorizing till the final factor is not obtained. If in the earlier question like 1 minus 3x, 1 plus 3x, we got 1 minus 3a minus 3b, 1 plus a plus b, we could not factorize further. But a square minus 1 is a difference of squares. I'll factorize it further as a minus 1, a plus 1, and I'll leave it as a square minus 10 because a square minus 10 cannot be factorized as difference of square because 10 is not a perfect square. Because 10 if I write as root 10 then it becomes a complicated problem, so I don't want to do that. Only a square minus 1 can be written as a minus 1 and a plus 1. So we have got this answer. Now let us see 16. In question number 16th again we have substitution again. X plus 4 whole square minus 5xy minus 20y minus 6y square. So x plus 4 whole square minus, out of these two I can take 5y common. If I take 5y common, then it will be left x plus 4 minus 6y square. X plus 4 is here also, x plus 4 is here. Put x plus 4 as a. Put x plus 4 as a. So what do I get? A square minus 5ay minus 6y square. So again it is a trinomial. The middle term or the value of b is minus 5. b is minus 5 and ac is minus 6. Again, when ac is less than 0, both the split terms should be of the opposite sign. I have to get minus 5. So what should I get? Minus 6, 1. Because both have to be opposite sides. So minus 6 plus 1 will give me minus 5. And when I will multiply minus 6 into minus 6 into 1, I will get minus 6. So it will be a square minus 6ay plus ay minus 6y square. First two terms, a square minus 6ay plus ay minus 6y square. Out of these two, a is common, a minus 6y plus out of these two, y is common, a minus 6y. So a minus 6y, a plus y. Now I have to replace the value of a where I had put x plus 4 is equal to a. So it will be x plus 4 minus 6y, x plus 4 plus y. This is your final answer. We have substituted. Finally, we replaced a wherever a was there. A was replaced by x plus 4. So you get this as the final answer. Now we have question number 17. Question number 17, I have x square minus 2x whole square minus 23 x square minus 2x plus 120. So what I'm going to do is, again I'm going to substitute x square minus 2x as, because I have x square minus 2x, here also x square minus 2x, here also. So I'm going to put x square minus 2x as a. So it will become a square minus 23a plus 120. Now the b is minus 23 and AC is 120 and it is plus. If it is plus, then both the split terms should be of the same sign. Either both should be positive or both should be negative. I have to get 120. And what will be the factors of 120 here? The factors of 120 will be 15 into 8. 15 8 is 120. 15 plus 8 will be minus 23. So it should be minus 15 minus 8. So it will be a square minus 15a minus 8a plus 120. A is common, a minus 15 minus 8, a minus 15. A minus 8, a minus 15. Now let us put the value of a, what we had put, x square minus 2x. X square minus 2x minus 8, x square minus 2x minus 15. Please look into this. This is again a trinomial. It is again a trinomial and both the trinomials can be worked out. Like x square minus 2x minus 8 can further be factorized as x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. Here it will be x square minus 5x plus 3x minus 15. It's simple. Minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x. When we multiply minus 4x into 2x, we'll get minus 8. Here minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2. When you will multiply minus 5 into 3, your product will be minus 15. Now x is common here, x minus 4 plus 2 is common, x minus 4. In this bracket x is common, x minus 5 plus 3 is common, x minus 5. It will be x minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 5, x plus 3. Because it was power 2 to the power 2, there were 4 values of x will come. The 4 values of x will come. So that is why x minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 5, x plus 3. It will be split into 4 because I have to multiply x into x into x into, then only I'll get x4. So we substituted x square minus 2x is equal to a. We got a square minus 23a plus 120. I split 23 as minus 15 minus 8. Minus 15 minus 8 will give you minus 23, and when I'll multiply minus 15 into minus 8, I'll get 120 plus, which was the product of AC. So we come to this stage, a minus 8, a minus 15. I replace a by x square minus 2x, x square minus 2x minus 8, x square minus 2x minus 15. Again, this is a trinomial, this is a trinomial. Both the trinomials have to be solved, and we get this and we get this. Now your last question in this series is question number 18. Two x square plus 5x, 2x square plus 5x minus 19 plus 84. Again you see this 2x square plus 5x, 2x square plus 5x here. Let us put 2x square plus 5x as a. Put 2x square plus 5x as a. Let us put it equal to a. So it is a plus a minus 19 plus 84. It is equal to a square minus 19a plus 84. This is a simple trinomial again. B is minus 19 and AC is 84. If AC is 84, that means it is positive. If it is positive, both the split term will be of the same sign, either plus, both have to be plus, or both have to be negative. Here both will be negative because B is negative. So minus 12 minus 7. It's very important to remember the table. 12 7s are 84. 12 7s are 84. That is why we say tables are important. Of course your calculators are very important, I'm not saying that. But in simple solutions or simple problems, when you have to look for solution, it is very important to remember the table because it helps you a lot. So a square minus 12a minus 7a plus 84. A square minus 12a will be 1 here, minus common 7a minus 84 another. A is common, a minus 12. Minus 7 is common, a minus 12. So what do we get? A minus 12 and a minus 7. We get a minus 12 and a minus 7. What is the value of a? Value of a is 2x square plus 5x. 2x square plus 5x minus 12, 2x square minus plus 5x minus 7. Now again this is a trinomial. 2 12s are 24, middle term is 5. We have to split. Again you are going to say B is how much? 5 and AC is what? Minus 24. And you want to get plus in between. So 8 3s are 24 and plus 8 minus 3. So 2x square plus 8x minus 3x minus 12. In this 2 7s are 14 and 5 has to be in between. We can use the same, 7 2s are 14. 2x square plus 7x minus 2x minus 7. In the first bracket I will take 2x common, x plus 4, minus 3 is common, x plus 4. Here x is common, 2x plus 7, minus 1 is common, 2x plus 7. It will be x plus 4, 2x minus 3, 2x plus 7 and x minus 1. That gives you the complete factorization for question number 18.